Tonight, a ruined abandoned castle awaits us after a vengeful curse was put upon it. This is Moreton Corbet Castle.
This is Moreton Corbet Castle. The grounds and halls of this 16th century manor house and 12th century castle were once filled with the movement and sounds of many people coming and going, but now it lies in decay, forgotten, overgrown and empty. Or is it? Located in the Shropshire countryside is a small village of Moreton Corbet. Within its famous castle walls hide stories of tragedy, deaths and even a curse. Moreton Corbet Castle has hundreds of years of history, but possibly the most disturbing account comes in the late 15th century. Sir Robert Corbet undertook the great task of building this Elizabethan manor house on the grounds of an old castle. However, tragically, before it was completed, he died of plague in 1583, leaving the work to be finished by his brother, Sir Vincent Corbet. At this point in history, James I was at the throne, and Puritans all over England were being persecuted for their extreme beliefs. Sir Vincent himself wasn't a Puritan, however he did sympathise with a neighbour of his who was. The man's name was Paul Holmyard. For a while, Sir Vincent took him into his home and sheltered him from the persecution others had suffered. Eventually, Paul Holmyard became more and more fanatical, and Sir Vincent no longer felt comfortable with the situation, so he asked his Puritan guests to leave. Paul Holmyard survived for a while in the wooded area that surrounds the castle, living on what food he could find. But before long he dragged his exhausted body to the castle grounds and laid a curse down to Sir Vincent and his family. He said,
"Woe unto thee, hard-hearted man! The Lord has heartened thy heart as he heartened the heart of the Pharaoh to thine own destruction. Rejoice not in thy riches, not in monuments of thy pride, for neither thou nor thy children nor thy children's children shall inhabit these halls. They shall be given up to desolation. Snakes, vipers, and unclean beasts shall make it their refuge, and thy home shall be full of creatures."
The curse was fulfilled. Sir Vincent Corbet and his son Andrew Corbet were so fearful of the curse they left the house and never returned, leaving it in the ruins it remains in today. Unlike the Corbets, some say Paul Holmyard remains and that his spirit can be seen roaming around in the manor house during the dead of night, making sure none of the Corbet family return. Here are the 4 locked off cameras we'll be using throughout tonight's investigation. Camera 1 is in the basement with our trigger objects Elizabeth and Henry. Camera 2 is facing the side entrance to the 16th century manor house. Camera 3 is covering the bottom corner of the 16th century manor house. And camera 4 is covering the entrance to the 12th century medieval castle. Hi guys, here we are. So we're at Moreton Corbet Castle tonight, and this is the start of Series 3. So it's been a long time coming. For that we can only apologise, but Series 2 was really good for us. We really enjoyed it. Went to ticked a lot off our bucket list, and hopefully we capture half as much evidence as we did during Series 2. Series 3 will be fantastic. So yeah, here we are at Moreton Corbet Castle. It's a big location, it's really
huge.
creepy.
You can actually see how high up this...
Yeah, it's extremely well preserved. Now, the story that goes here is that the Corbet family were building it and living here, and a neighbour by the name of Paul Holmyard came here and hid here basically. It was during James I's reign when the Puritans were being prosecuted. So I keep looking around, thought I saw something then. Could be probably my imagination. Yeah, when the Puritans were being prosecuted. So yeah, his spirit was said to roam here. He was kicked out by the Corbet family for basically his views become a bit extreme, as the story says, and he placed a curse on the place. And it is said that his spirit still wanders here, making sure that none of the Corbet family return. We've had a couple of friends, paranormal friends, visit here, and they've had some fantastic experiences. So we thought we'd kick Series 3 off with this place and hope it'll be good. We'll start the night off as we normally do with a few EVPs, as we know some fantastic ones have been caught here in the past. So we'll kick the night off with that. Right, I'd like to start the night by asking, are there any spirits here present with us? I'd like to start the night by asking, are there any spirits here present with us? Oh, I thought I heard something then. I'm going to play that again.
I'll be at the very first time as well, right?
On one of these devices, yeah.
By asking, are there any spirits here present with us?
You can hear what sounds like a faint breath.
Right, we'll get that one on the computer and analyse it.
Yeah,
as
we'll
well.
analyse that. It could be a slight bit of wind, but we'll have to see. Does the spirit of Paul Holmyard wander here? You were banished from this place, and you cursed the place. Do you still wander here now? Does the spirit of Paul Holmyard wander here? You were banished from this place, and you cursed the place. Do you still wander here now? If there's any spirits here around us, come towards the device I'm holding. Use your energy. Try and communicate with us. Try and tell us your name. Say hello. Speak to us. Give us anything. If there's any spirits here around us, come towards the device I'm holding. Use your energy. Try and communicate with us. Try and tell us your name. Say hello. Speak to us. Give us anything. We're actually in the 16th century, the home of the Corbets, basically, the home they're building. Obviously, it's a massive complex. You've got the 12th century castle, the original castle,
Yeah.
and the 16th century manor house, effectively, where the Corbet family actually lived, Sir Vincent Corbet. It was him who banished Paul Holmyard from this place. So let's try and call out for Vincent, see if he's here.
That's the old creepy Stella.
Vincent, Sir Vincent Corbet. You put much time, much effort in building this manor house. Does your spirit remain here with us? If it does, can you communicate with us? and tell us that you're here.
Does your spirit remain here with us? If it does, can you communicate with us? And tell us that you're here.
There's something then.
Good breath.
Did you hear something through the device then?
I'm not sure if I did or
It
not.
sounded like woo. Almost sounded like no, but obviously that would make sense. Yeah.
Unless it was a note of Vincent Corbett.
Is there any other members of the Corbett family here? Robert or Richard Corbett? Or even Vincent's son Andrew Corbett? Do any of you remain here? I've got this feeling we're being watched really intently.
I'm getting that.
I'm looking through all the archways and I've just got this feeling
I'm getting that from
that something's watching me.
the old cellar, to be honest. I'm kind of thinking
I've
there's,
just had it from there. I'll keep looking behind down there through that archway in that cellar.
it's a cellar for me, and it's just the doorway there. I just feel that there's someone that's just going to poke their head around either one of them.
Is there any other members of the Corbett family here? Robert or Richard Corbett? Or even Vincent's son Andrew Corbett? Do any of you remain here?
We're going to try something different now. Tonight we've brought with us 2 trigger objects, 2 1920s dolls. One is said to house the spirit of Henry, a slave that got burnt alive. And one is said to hold the spirit of Elizabeth. Can either of you communicate with us from down in the basement?
Can you affect one of the dolls, please?
Make a noise to this device I'm holding. Are you happy that we now own you?
We'll try something different now. Tonight we've brought with us 2 trigger objects, 2 1920s dolls. One is said to house the spirit of Henry, the slave that got burnt alive. And one is said to hold the spirit of Elizabeth. Can either of you communicate with us from down in the basement? Can you affect one of the dolls, please? Make a noise to this device I'm holding.
Once again, I could have swore I heard
Are you
whispering
happy
then.
that we now own you?
I could have heard something then.
Well, what we'll
We
do,
have to analyse these, definitely.
we'll analyse these, and what we'll do, if we find anything, we'll add them into the video and
Yeah.
put them in.
Yeah,
It's a replay.
we'll have to enhance 7, check those over.
Yeah.
Have you got the K2 device on you, mate?
I have indeed.
Actually, I
Or
believe
should
I've got it.
No, you've got it.
Right. Right, we've got the K2 meter out now. I would like any spirits that are here present with us, whether it be Paul Holmyard, Sir Vincent Corbett, Sir Robert Corbett, or Andrew Corbett, can any of you please come forward and touch this device I'm holding? Come forward and touch it for me now. It can't hurt you. It's just our way of knowing that you're here.
You walk towards that green light, it'll change colour.
See if you can change the colour all the way to red for us. Show us that you're here. And touch it, it can't hurt you. It cannot hurt you. If you want us to leave, come and touch this device, light it up, and we'll know that you want us to leave.
Would you like us to leave?
If you don't communicate with us through this device, we will not know.
And we also won't leave.
The spirit of Paul Holmyard is here. Come towards this device I'm holding. Show me that you're still here.
Are you happy that we're here, or are you annoyed? If you're annoyed, please can you light that device up to red?
I'll tell you what, put this device down here. I'll rest this device on here. You see that okay?
Yep.
Come to this wall and touch this device. I'll move away from it now. I'll move away from it. I'll move away from it now. I'm all the way over here. Just touch that device and let us know that you're here. Paul Holmyard, you were banished by the Corbetts. They effectively killed you. If you're still angry and your spirit remains, let us know by lighting up that light. Or if any of the Corbetts are here and you're angry about the curse that was placed upon this place, come forth and touch the device on the wall. Show us that you're here. Take the energy from that black device on the wall. Touch it. Knock it off the wall if you wish.
Whatever you can do, please.
If you want us to go, knock it off the wall.
Whatever you can do to show us that you're here. But that's the easiest thing you can do. Unless you want to appear.
It's called an EMF meter. All it does is pick up electromagnetic fields. If you move close to it and touch it, we'll know you're there. That's all we want.
Quick question for you. You heard any strange noises since we've been in here?
Yeah.
What have you heard?
Whispering.
Whispering?
Yeah.
Yeah, me. I kind of I'm almost hearing some responses, I think.
Almost like very much under your breath, sort of like... Sort of...
Very, yeah, kind of.
Yeah, I keep hearing that.
It's not like...
And I thought that's what I picked up through the EVP device, so it's funny you should say that.
Well, it's like all your questions that you're asking for the K2. We haven't had any reaction from the K2, but I'm pretty sure I can hear things, unless it's just the surroundings.
Unfortunately, where we are, any sort of wind or breeze coming in will echo throughout. To be honest, I'm thinking as we've got no real responses on the K2 here, and we've got to analyse the EVP device before we can tell, maybe we should move on to another area of the castle.
Yeah.
And have a look, see what else we can get.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea.
Okay.
Right, so we've just started the part 1 of the investigation. So you've done some K2 meter work and some EVPs in the manor house. We think we've got some EVPs, so we're going to have to look back at those.
It certainly sounded breathy. I mean, it could be the wind, but it's something to analyse.
Well, we've both heard kind of like whispering sounds around us anyway, so that's something to look for. But yeah, so we're on the outside of the castle wall now, and I thought, well...
Sort of in between the 16th century manor house and the 12th century castle remains, aren't we?
Yeah. We thought, well, seeing as we didn't get any K2 responses where we were the first time, we're going to try out here as well. At the same time, I'm going to do a spirit box. Now, I've actually tested the range of holding these together. The spirit box is not interfering with the K2 already, so that should be fine. They shouldn't actually interact and interfere with each other. So we'll give it a go and see what happens. So if you see that.
Yep.
Right, I'd like to call out and ask if there's any spirits with us, please. Can you make yourself known on the device I'm holding? The one that's lit up, please. I think that said Henry.
You are joking.
I swear that said Henry then.
Mate, I hate that doll. I've already picked it up once and I'm really skewed.
Right. Henry, is that you? You just hear something?
Yeah.
What did you hear?
There's something tapped on the wall next to you, like literally there. Hi.
Hi, who are we talking to, please? What's your name?
I couldn't make that out.
I couldn't make that one out, but we'll listen back at that. Right. I'd like to ask if there's any member of the Corbett family with us tonight. Can you please make yourself known through the device in my hand? That's a lot of answers.
Yeah, I thought I heard go mixed in there.
Go.
I thought I did. I still have to check it there.
Right. So, go. You want us to leave? Is this Paul Holmyard talking to us?
Ooh,
Yeah.
I sounded really angry.
Go. I think I've just heard go twice.
Yeah, whoever's responding sounds really angry.
Right, Paul, if this is you, I'm holding two devices, one in each hand. The one you're talking through right now, and there's one in my other. If you want me to leave right now, make it very clear to us. Either light up the device in my left hand, or speak to me and give us a clear message. Would you like us to go?
Yes. Go. Go.
Go. That one was clear.
Yeah. Why do you want us to go, Paul? We're not members of the Corbett family. Oh, what was that?
Do you hear like a rustle?
Yeah. I heard like a hiss and a rustle
Oh.
from my left. What?
Oh, I just heard a breath behind me. Oh, that's made me go freezing cold. That has. I think I've just heard like a.
I thought I heard sort of that
Oh
against
my
the wall. Boy.
God, I'm froze. What, did you just make a noise behind me? If that was you, please confirm it.
Suddenly feeling really uneasy.
I mean, it's been one of those locations so far where we haven't really felt a bit creeped out yet.
It's
But
been okay, but I'm starting to feel really uneasy.
all of a sudden. Right, Paul Holmyard, are you angry that we're trespassing on the grounds of this property? Is that why you want us to leave? Are you still angry at what the Corbett family did to you? Is that why you stay here?
All I can keep hearing
That
is
didn't
go.
sound nice. That didn't sound nice.
No, something's really angry.
Look, whoever you are, you need to do a bit more than just say go. You need to show us that you don't want us to be here. So if you don't want us here and you want us to go, can you light up this device in my other hand? Prove it to us. Better yet, why don't you make yourself appear on camera? You come and stand next to me.
I'm feeling really peculiar.
I feel like I'm not welcome here.
Yeah, but
And I
there's
think
a-
I've just seen something there as
there's
well.
a female voice.
You see anything?
No.
It just almost sounds.
There's a female voice that keeps coming through every so often, and it sounds almost in agony. Can you hear it? It's like a woman's voice.
Yeah, I can hear a woman's
Either
voice.
she's that distressed and angry that we're here, or...
Are there any female spirits here with us?
Or is this the spirit of Elizabeth trying to come through?
Don't say it, that's the one I don't like. I think that said Lizzie.
Would you prefer us to call you Lizzie? Liz?
I don't like that one. So, if this is one of our new haunted dolls, can you please say your name clearly?
Right. We're going to go and do a pendulum session now. Does everybody here come and make your presence known during our pendulum session? We'll communicate with us through that. If you make it swing enough, we'll leave. Right, we're going to do a pendulum session now. There's little pendulum sessions. I'm going to start off asking questions I know the answer to. Simple yes or no questions. Chose this part of the castle because it's covered by wind and it's our best chance really. Right, let's start off by asking the spirits, am I male? If you can see that, to me it looks like it's circling.
What I'll do is I'll zoom in on
In
that.
fact, that's moving quite strong. You see that?
Yeah. I'd like to confirm at this point in the video as well that when we got here originally it was quite windy, but now it has died off completely.
It has died off, yeah.
So there is no wind at the moment.
But in a way, if it changes, that would sort of... That's definitely going in a circular motion, quite strong now. Right. Now I'd like to ask, am I a female? It's changed again.
I think
Every time we do these, it messes with my head because
it's an interesting one, the pendulum.
I didn't believe in it.
That's
but,
swaying like a clock.
Yeah, that's exactly. It's ticking like a clock now. Exactly as it did at the Bridge North Tunnel.
See, yeah.
It really messes my head because I never believed it. Yeah, I can't really argue that. And I honestly, whether it's the idiomotive effect or not, I honestly am not moving my hand.
Well,
Certainly
you
not
can
on
tell,
purpose.
to be honest.
Certainly not on purpose.
Yeah.
Right. Is the spirit of Paul Holmyard here?
If so, can you come and affect the pendulum, please?
I'm saying no, it's getting stronger.
No.
I'm saying no.
I don't know whether to be concerned at this point, because after the spirit box answers, it seems like we contacted our haunted dolls.
Is this the spirit of one of our haunted dolls trying to communicate with us? Is this Henry or Elizabeth?
That's slowing down.
No. Oh, I don't know. Is this Henry or Elizabeth? Oh, fuck.
That's one for the bleep.
Do you see that? That's changed.
Yeah, it's going in a circular, isn't it?
Oh, God. Is this the spirit of Henry? No.
No.
That's changed. Again, it's ticking. That's surprising. Is this the spirit of Elizabeth? Okay. Elizabeth.
Great.
Are you happy to be in our possession? Oh dear. That means no.
Yeah, tonight she's coming back with you. Just saying.
Do you plan on harming us in any way, Elizabeth? Of course it would say yes.
This is either Elizabeth or it's someone pretending to be.
Playing with us.
Yeah, because...
Potentially picking up on your fear.
Of Elizabeth.
Yeah.
I don't know why, I just don't like her. I don't get the...
Could actually be spirit of Henry. It could be
Being
somebody who's here playing games. What I will say
the
is
fact is, because they're in the cellar.
I'm getting a very eerie vibe about this place. For the last, since just before we started the Spirit Box session, I've felt watched and really uneasy. And whatever is here, I don't think it's pleasant.
No.
Whether it's from one of our haunted dolls. What I will say though, although they're extremely creepy, we haven't felt like this, or you haven't felt like this at home as such, have you?
Not
The only
essentially.
time I felt a bit funny is obviously when I held Henry. I felt a bit sick, but that could be anything.
We had the old ordeal with the thing setting on fire.
That is true.
That was
That
with
is
Henry
true.
though. I haven't
But
had
it
anything
wasn't a
with...
feeling. That wasn't sort of. Oh, we didn't put it down to Henry at first, did we? It was only sort of putting two and two together.
Yeah, it's
Thought like that.
coincidence I think, but
Yeah.
I haven't had anything weird with Elizabeth to my knowledge.
Like
But
said,
I think
is
what
it
we'll...
Elizabeth, or is there somebody here who doesn't want us here?
Well, I do actually wonder if there is someone here already, and they've actually seen the haunted dolls down in the cellar.
I want to ask the question. I don't believe this is the spirit of Elizabeth. Is there somebody here trying to scare us? Yes. If you're trying to scare us, you want us to leave, tell us you want us to leave. Speak into what Brian is holding. Tell us to leave.
Or are you the one that's scared and you can't do that for us?
I'm sure I saw a black shadow on that wall then.
Where? I ain't gonna
That
pick.
wall.
I'm not gonna pick that up from here. Do you want to go over and have a look? Which wall?
This wall over here. Well, it must have been in front of it, looking at how far away it was. It sort of went across there,
Right.
almost like in a downward motion, if that makes sense. If you see where I'm pointing over here, it went like that in a downward motion. That was really weird, but it was like jet black. My only other thoughts were perhaps a bat swooped down. That's
Could be because
potential,
we've had.
but then I haven't seen any other bats.
No, I think I've heard some, but not here.
Something went like that down and drank like a diagonal motion.
Right.
You can move the pendulum for us and communicate with us through the spirit box. And I'm sure I've just seen you move across this wall. Or something moved across this wall. Why can't you come forward and touch this device I'm holding? Come forward and touch it.
Hey, if you're trying to scare us, why don't you actually go over to that device in Nathan's hand and go and hold
Take
it?
it. Take it from my hand.
Knock it out of his hand.
If you take this from my hand, I promise you, I will be scared. And
And
I
then
promise you, I will be leaving.
You need to prove it though. You can't just make these threats and say that you're
We've
trying to.
heard your voice through the spirit box. And we've seen the way you're swinging the pendulum. I don't believe this is the spirit of Elizabeth.
It's
A
something being
haunted
crafty.
doll that's probably 50 yards away from us. I don't believe that. I believe there's somebody else here.
I think there's somebody else here and they're scared of us. That's
I believe there's a woman and a male here. And I believe the woman is in torment.
why by the male.
And I think the male is Paul Holmyard. I think you're trying to scare us away, just like you tried to scare the Corbets away. You succeeded with them. Come and light this device up. And you'll succeed in scaring us away. Come forth and touch this device I'm holding. It's not a trick, it can't hurt you.
You're not scared of the device, are you?
It cannot hurt you, just come forth and touch it.
Just do something to scare us.
It's going to sound really weird, but it's quite a cold night. My back is burning,
Is it?
like really warm.
Okay.
It's like there's a warmth on my back. You know, like
Is somebody touching you then?
you
do
know, like
reckon?
the old
What, the heat
smoking
packs?
lamps, the heat lamps.
Yeah.
It's like one of them's on my back. It's really peculiar.
Is that the spirit of Paul Holmyard touching Nathan, perhaps? Or another spirit? Elizabeth?
But the rest of him is freezing.
Are you touching him on his back, perhaps? Are you trying to push him away? Is that why you're doing it?
If you want me to move, if you want me to go away, you have to come and touch this device.
Yeah, if you touch your device instead, we'll move.
If you can come forth and show us you're here by touching this device, we will leave out of respect.
We come with respect anyway.
We come to communicate. You show us that you're here and we'll leave.
Right guys, thank you. That's the end of our investigation now, so we're going to head home. Hopefully we've caught some good stuff. We think we've got some great EVPs to come or look at, so hopefully we've got something there. We had some really creepy spirit box answers, I think. Something basically saying it was one of our wanted dolls. Not sure what to make on that, I don't know about you.
I personally think there's something here trying to scare us.
I think there's something here trying to scare us, and personally don't think it's done a very good job, because we're still here. Right, so we're going to head home. We're going to look at the locked off cameras as we normally do after an investigation, and our investigation for the night. Hopefully we've caught something for you guys, and hopefully also you enjoyed this video when it gets out. If you did, don't forget to give it a like, subscribe, and share with your friends as well too. Thank you ever so much guys.